Hey guys, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching. The sound quality on the last video was absolutely horrible. I'm hoping the sound quality here is much, much better. If it's not, I'm just going to delete the video. So I hope that helps. So here we go. Let me show you. What I am looking at, let me circle these, okay, is I am looking at the algos on the turn in the direction of to help me figure out when the market's going to rally. So obviously, if you just take the levels that I post every day on Twitter, right, and you plug them in, and then you get you have the algos here, you'll have a good chance of understanding where you're going to swing from. So first, I'm going to show you the bars by themselves, and then I'm going to go show you what it would look like out of support or out of retraces, 50, 60 retraces on higher time frames. So we're just going to start on Monday. This is Monday morning coming in. So I'm just going to start at 4 in the morning. That's about as early as I'm trading. So I'm looking for this green bar on the turn. I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible. I'm just going to circle it. 1, look at the lift. 2, look at the lift. This is a stop. And I'm only looking for it on the turn bar. 3, not shorting either, although you can use it. I certainly wouldn't ignore the turn bars down on the edge, right? Stop. This is at midnight and pay. Paid. 8:34. You can see the lift. 8:47. You can see the lift. This is a stop right here at 9:28. This is paid at 10 o'clock. You didn't have a lot of room to operate here if you took this. And again, I'm looking at the bottom of the channel. I'm not looking at the top on these. These are big bars. They have to be, let's make the definition pretty easy. You get to have 3 bars down in a row and then the turn, right? This is a stop. This is paid. Paid. Now, I'm not entering on these bars, right? But I'm going to tell you, if I get in on my smaller bars and I see that this bar is then formed on the 40 tick, yeah, I'm going to push that trade and try to get it to go out further. In other words, I'm probably in down here. I see that at 40 tick forms, I'm going to go, oh, I'm going to let that thing stretch. I mean, these are 30, 40, 50 point stretches. This is a stop. Again, I have to get my entry already be in. This is a stop. Those are both late Asia. I don't trade that. I would consider that valid. 3 down. This is a stop at 840. Stop at 853. That's obviously open drive lower. Paid. So this is a day where we were trend down in all 4 channels underneath. I mean, no one was confused here, right? That's a stop. And you'll see later, obviously very paid there. I don't know that anyone would have taken it given the downside we had here. Paid. 3 down, green bar. Paid, multiple bars down, orange bar. And remember, these bars are not reprinting and not rewriting. All you have to do, the reason this was so effective, here, let me show you. The reason this was this. Here to here, you're into the 382 retrace right there, right? We would have loved to have it here. You can take the get white bar, yellow dot stuffed, but that's not a trade for me. By the way, members in the room, ignore the diamonds here. They're too small. The measurements are too small to be effective. Okay, I'll get those adjusted and sometime this week, but I haven't had a chance to adjust them. This is a scale and stop. This is a scale and stop. That's at 7:13 in the morning. This is a paid. That's not 3 bars down. This is a paid. This is a paid. This is a paid. That's maybe a scale or maybe a stop. Hard to say. This is definitely scale. Like, you got to realize from the entry, first of all, like I said, you're already in on the bottom and you're seeing this bar form. So almost all of these, you're not entering on these bars. You're already going to be in on the smaller 24 tick. And you're just looking at this for confirmation that, hey, we can really lift out of this location. That's what you're looking for. Super paid, out of support. Paid, again, if you look at this, That's an impulse move up to a 382 retrace. Just misses the 382. That's a very valid entry on the 200. Don't get anything here because it goes, again, if you're in trend up and all these channels are like that, these are going to work generally very well. Like if you look at the series here, I don't want to skip over it. Let's say you go, oh, I'm trend up, right? Paid, stopped, paid, not 3 down. Probably stopped on that one. Again, remember you're already long. You're not entering on this bar. You're just using it for a clue. Okay, now let's recalibrate for a second, right? So now let's go back. These were the levels from Friday, right? So now look at this from the perspective of, oh, I'm trading the levels. So if you look on, this level wasn't out, but this level was. So this is a green bar coming out of the level. You're going to go, oh, there comes my rally, right? This is the retrace after the impulse move. You're going to go, oh, here comes my rally. This is again, from here to here, from the opening low print to the retrace. That's a 62 retrace. You get orange bar stuffed. Okay, again, I'm focusing on the bars in the direction up, but that's orange bar stuffed, guys. Again, these do not rewrite. They do not reprint, right? We're clearly on the upside there. There's green bar up. Here comes your first stop. Blue bar up for another beautiful lift. This is hopefully, again, you're in here from support. I would have been stopped on this had I seen it because I would have gone, oh, it's going to go. But let me tell you what else I would have said is the trap on this. See how it stops out, traps back in? I would have taken that trap for the lift. That was pretty straightforward. If you actually look on the 24 tick there, exact same time. If you look on that 24 tick, the way this is that exact same area, same time, right? So it's star down, stuffed. Green bar, yellow bar, long, these are both profitable. Just this is the time frame that we're actually entering on. And then this is green bar trap back into star stuffed in support. So let me clarify this for a second. If I'm in support, I'm going to take this and this, but if I get this trap right here, you're darn right I'm going to lose money because I'm going to shoot for the other side. You got that target up here. Again, white bar, I don't know why this white down, green up didn't fire. Again, Sean and I will work on it, but it should have fired, right, to the upside, and then this did fire. If you have this aligned with location, it's very, very, very powerful. And I want to go back. If you look early in the morning, like at 9 o'clock. So the way this would have worked, so we don't trade at 9 o'clock because obviously there's a timeout, right? For this exact reason. But this fires long. This doesn't stop, okay? It actually stops out over here. So this is one stop, right? But this is the close below and the trap back in. The trap back in would take it. And that was a 100-point trade right there, guys. It's really powerful. So here's my suggestion at the end of the day. I know I'm not a great marketer, or my explanation is a little bit off balance. If I get a trade in the zone, and then I come over here, like I get this trade at 9 o'clock. Let's say I'm trading at 9 o'clock, or I get this trade over here. Like I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to wait for the zone, right? So I'm waiting there. I'm in the zone, right? This is the area I'm looking at first, 932. I'm going to go over to my 40 tick bar. $9.32 right here. So that's this right here. So what's going to happen to me here is if I got an entry on the 24 tick, so I'm going to go back to the 24 tick for a second, okay? Okay, 927. I get, this is a valid entry. You can see that it would have taken it, 927. So now I'm going to come over to the 40 tick, look at the same 927. That is right here, okay? See at 927, this, actually 927 is right here, the blue bar up, right there. So picture it, okay? I'm going to see if I can make this smaller. Okay, here's the 40 tick, here's the 24. So I'm going to enter 927. I'm entering on this trade right here. See, the trader assist is already taking the trade, right? This is the exact same time. So if I enter this trade, right, and I'm going to go, hey, I entered that trade. My risk is 18 points on that bar, right? $360 is what I'm risking on that trade. When I come over and I look over here at the 40 tick, I'm going to go, oh, blue bar, yellow diamond out of that trade. That could really lift, right? And now I'm going to push that trade up to target, which means if I entered this trade at roughly 23,540, I ran it all the way up to 23,630, 90 points, $1,800 a contract. I want to cancel my extensions and let it run. Let me give you another example. Okay, so it's going to come back here later in the morning. Here, we'll spread it out. We already have our support resistance zones. And this is probably the way I should have done it right out of the gate. So look, this is the zone. The algo is not going to fire until you're in the zone. You take the trade right here at 23,540, let's call it. Okay, it ran all the way up to 23,569. You can see that right there. So you have more than enough time to get the risk off. And I'm going to go orange bar, right? I'm going to try and push my trailer, which means that trade's going to come back on me, right? It comes back. I get another orange bar. I'm probably taking that trade again. That trader assist comes. I go, oh, another orange bar. Again, plenty of time to get my risk off because this runs from, again, 23,540 back to 23,660. More than enough time to get my risk off. The risk is only 18 points on that trade. Then it comes down one more time. And see over here, it doesn't give me the apex trap over here. So I'm going to be out of luck on that last push right over there. But it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter that that trade did not fire. I'm just going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter that trade did not fire. Because watch, if you stay cool, it's going to come back, come right in here. That should have fired. I don't know. Oh, I know why, because that's not the new algo. I apologize. So the new algo, this fires. White bar down, green bar up. That's your entry right there, right? Now I get green bar up on the 40 tick. So look, you entered at 23,545. This does not erase. It's going to push to 23,582. Risk is 18 points. You just pushed 40 points, $800 a contract for $360 of risk. Take some of your risk off, but I'm going to look at that bar and I'm going to go, hey, this could push, right? And that's what it did into the close. So that was from 1438. That's exactly how I intend to use it. And if you go back and you look at it in a general way, right? So I'm just going to go back to a random day here. Okay, so here at 2 in the morning, I get this at 2:28 here. I get, hopefully this was into support. I don't remember at this point, but that is a valid long. The trader assist fires. Come over here and go, oh, I've got white bar down, green bar up on the 40 tick. I'm going to push that trade, right? So then when and if you look at the general correlation, what I'm looking to happen is to get my algo to fire, right? So this is a stop. There's no way it survives. So I'm going to come across. So here, this would have fired at 721. See that? Star down, white bar up. It will now fire on the trader assist, right? That's at 721. That is approximately this white bar right here. Okay, that's 721. And you can see it fires all the way up to 21,517. This white bar tells me to push this trade. So instead of collecting 10 and 20, I collect whatever my extension is. I'm probably going to still take my risk off at 10, right? But now I'm going to cancel the second trade at 10 and 25 and move it to 10 and whatever a logical spot is. In this case, it would be 13. So that trade turns from a 25-point trade into a 50-point trade. As I'm coming across here, right? So this trade at 809 would be enter, right? If you go to the same trade at 809, that's this star down, white bar up. I'm going to go in the room. I'm going to go, hey, we've got a white bar up on this trade. If you're already in over here and you've survived through here, you've gotten your scale, take off your 25 points because it might be worth a lot more. And then it launches, right? Now you're looking for a pullback, right? So not up here. Here, let me help you with this. There's the retrace, 50-60 retrace. So I'm looking for where that's where my first trade right there fires, okay? Now, if you'll look how this would have worked for me, this is right in front of Econ, right? This would have been trade 1, break even at best, trade 2, break even at best. But when you come and look over here, it's just not forming a white bar up. See that? So all these trades, 1, 2, and then the trap would get taken here, 3, none of them work out, right? This is 9 o'clock. We don't take any trades because we don't trade from 8:55 till 9:02, which means the first trade that we would take would be this one right here. This is going to be my first entry on this trade, assuming it's in support or assuming I'm willing to take the retrace of it, right? So then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go, okay, at 9:06, I got my entry, and then I'm going to go, oh, no green bar up. In this case, I'm just going to go, oh, well, no green bar up. I'm going to take my normal scales. Move through the rest of the trade, right? So my next trade would come, let's see where, if at all, not up there. These two are my next valid trades right here. This white bar stuffed, and then this star green bar, which would be on the trap. I don't know why it's not showing up there, but it does show up on the new algo. I'm talking about right here, right? And so when I look at that trade at 9:42, here's 9:42. Remember, I'm going to be in here first. So it's either this blue bar or it's the green bar. Either one I'm going to stay with. Obviously, if I got stopped on this, I'm taking this trade the second time. I see the green bar up, and what am I going to do? I'm going to go and say, hey, what can I target at the top of the range? So instead of 10 and 25, because the 10 is going to come pretty quickly, I'm going to lift that. Now my 10 and 25 turns into 10 and 50, which means I'm getting significantly bigger extensions off that trade. And again here, right? Star down, that's at a 50-60 retrace, orange bar up. That's right at 10:36. That lines up with this white bar up right over here. So you'll notice it's this bar, pushes, retraces. There's two entries here. This bar grabs an entry, you get a stop. This becomes the trap. This becomes the confirmation on the 40 tick. And you push like a demon to get paid out on that trade. So that's how that's going to work. If you just play with it on your charts, you'll see it over and over again. Like it is not confusing when you go, okay, I've got support, right? You go, okay, I've come into, so here, we'll use this as our example, right? We have impulse moved. This is our swing low, right? Even if you don't have the zones, just do it like this. Okay, so here you'll notice this is our entry right here at 8:34. It stops out and it gets trapped. So the new algo will take this trap right here. When I take this trap, I already know it can push further. What I'm hoping for is I get this bar to be a color bar up. It ends up not being a color bar up, but I don't care. It's white bar, yellow dot stuffed, and I know I have a good chance of getting an extension, right? So that's an easy adaptation. As I'm looking and I come back down, right, I want this retrace down here. So white bar star doesn't cut it. Let's see if we get another trade anywhere in here. Let's keep moving it along. We've gone trend up. We really need a retrace out of this. Okay, here. This would be trade 1, right? You got the blue bar up. You'd gotten scale. Your second scale is just going to stop you out. This is trade 2. That is not trade 2. Let's see. That is not trade 2. It just doesn't fire. Ignore that. It's unfortunate. This one fires right here. See that star green bar up? That is a valid entry right here. I will update these charts before Monday to get the new algos in line. Star down, green bar up, and then that's at 14:43. So you will see I do not get an algo over here till all the way over here where it's later, right? All the way after the close. So that's just normal trade. Don't try to cancel your extensions. Just take the trade as normal, get paid, and move along. That process will set up over and over again. And to wind it up, close it out so you understand what it looks like this. I'm in support. It's 11:54 in the morning. I already know that this is going to be a trap back end. That those trap back ends are worth a lot of money. And you'll see here it was also a trap back into the orange bars here, and it launches. It doesn't matter. So the extensions on the traps are already going to be bigger as is. This white bar down, yellow bar up right here fires, and I get the green bar. Yes, I'm going to take that extension and push it out. And in the morning, when I'm over here at the 50-60 retrace, I'm going to create a zone in this area that I want the retrace in. If you saw this impulse move, you already know you're looking for the long. So let's just, so I don't have to draw it out all out. Pretend that's a 382 retrace. Right at the 200, star down, green bar up, and then I'm going to come right over here and go, oh, and I have an orange bar up on the 40 tick. Let's see if we can push it. And that is what will let you sit in this wiggle so you can get the push out to the upside and grab the additional target to location, right? That's what lets you grab that. Again, if you look over here, where you are looking for the trap, this bar down, the white down, orange up, trap back in, and then orange bar stuffed. Again, I'm preferring the bar in the direction up, but you can see in this particular case, someone tried really hard to push down and failed. I'm telling you guys, if you'll integrate this slowly, don't change your exits, just go, oh, there's my 10-point scale. Let the stops move to normal. So what my plan is, I'm going to let the stops move to normal. And if I can adjust it prior to it stopping me out at the 10-point scale, I'll move the stop to the low. By then, I'll have confirmation that this bar is printed. I'll move my stop to the low of the swing. So I'll giving me a 10-point scale and an 18-point stop. It leaves me net risk of 8 points on balance for the opportunity to push that trade out and run. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, email me at perform@gmail.com. It's just an infinitely easier way to pass these, whether you're doing these combines or if you are